Right now at 6, 3 people shot at a mall in Prince George's County, and the suspect is still on the run. We'll tell you what police say happened moments before the shooting. Plus, Commanders defensive coordinator Jack Del Rio has been fined after his comments about the January 6th riot at the Capitol. The details on how much he'll pay and where the money is going. Also, the inflation rate continues to reach record high levels, and it could climb even higher. Find out what the Biden administration is doing to try and lower prices as your news at 6 starts right now. And first at 6 here on this Friday, several gunshots fired down the hallway of the entrance at Iverson Mall this afternoon, where we have learned 3 people were shot.
And police do say that this is not an active shooter scene, though the suspect and an accomplice did escape. Fox 5's Tisha Lewis has more from Temple Hills.
We received an update from Prince George's County Police Chief Malik Aziz just moments ago. Here's what we know so far. 3 people were shot in the entrance here at Iverson Mall. In fact, if you take a look behind me, you can see there's a bullet hole at the entrance. We could be telling a much worse story tonight. Here's what we know so far. Again, 3 people were shot. We're told the victims include 2 women and a man. The latter said to be in critical condition. The gunman was reportedly wearing some type of face covering.
My safety, yes, because then I thought, what if they come down here? So I looked for an exit, and I seen an exit door in the academy itself.
This all unfolded shortly before 1 p.m. Now, despite the gunfire, Bonita Luckett, who you heard from a moment ago, tells us the mall was not evacuated. She says she left on her own using a back exit. She also says she heard at least 3 gunshots. Now, 2 of the victims struck are expected to survive. Again, the male victim is in critical condition. At least 4 officers, we're told, were at the mall at the time of the shooting. We're told they rendered aid to the victims. Police say the suspect fled on scene along with an accomplice. Again, this is just the latest mall shooting in our area and nationwide.
We know there was some type of verbal exchange right now. What that verbal exchange was, we do not know, and we do not know if it was with 1, 2, or 3 of the victims, but there was some kind of verbal exchange.
All right, and it's still an active scene here. Just want to kind of paint the picture for you. We're told that the gunman actually fired shots into the hallway of the mall. So again, we could have been telling a much worse story tonight. We did speak with employees at the Bojangles nearby. Employees telling us that they did not have power today, and so their surveillance cameras were not working at the time of the shooting. They did put their tech people in touch with police, hoping to uncover any potential video that may exist to help police with their investigation. Back to you.
Still unclear what triggered yesterday's workplace shooting in Western Maryland. Police saying that the gunman arrived for his normal shift at Columbia Machine and worked throughout the day. And then around 2:30, they say he went outside, got a weapon from his vehicle, his car, went into the break room, and then began shooting, hitting 4 of his co-workers, killing 3 of them. He then left in his Mitsubishi Eclipse and was quickly encountered by Maryland State Police. The suspect and the troopers exchanged gunfire, and we know that the gunman and 1 trooper were hurt and currently are undergoing treatment at a hospital.
The superintendent of Alexandria City Public Schools is stepping down. The school board announced that they've accepted Dr. Gregory Hutchins' resignation in an email sent to families and staff. Hutchins' last day will be in August after holding the position since the summer of 2018.
A look now at some of the other top stories we continue to follow this Friday. A woman is in the hospital after being shot in the head by a family member. According to Rockville City Police, the shooting happened near the 700 block of Monroe Street. The woman's being treated for non-life-threatening injuries. The suspect, 27 years old, Ricardo Ephraim Malcolm, is in custody, and police continue to investigate.
D.C. police need your help identifying a suspect wanted for assault with a dangerous weapon. Police say the man on your screen walked into a building and had a verbal exchange with an employee before shooting a gun and then fleeing the scene. It happened this morning in the 1200 block of Bladensburg Road Northeast. No injuries were reported.
Well, former Prince George's County Executive Rashern Baker suspended his campaign for Maryland governor. He made that announcement today in a series of tweets citing financial challenges. The primary happens on July 19th.
Well, let's turn now to the weather as we take a live look outside over in Frederick, Maryland. Today has been a really pleasant day to go outside and just enjoy the start of your weekend, Angie.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. So rain or shine, it's still the weekend, and so we are going to take it for what it is. But it is good to know when the raindrops will be falling.
Yeah, we'll have rain and shine this weekend. So DC Pride, of course, back. And back, finally. It's so great. And I do think the good news is by parade time tomorrow, the showers should be ending.
Oh, so,
yes.
Nobody likes a wet float.
No one does, right? Literally raining on your parade tomorrow.
Exactly.
That's what you did there.
I know. We don't want that. Good vibes only into your weekend. And yes, you'll be starting off with a little bit of rain Saturday morning, perhaps again on Sunday. But we should clear out as the day goes on. Let's get into it. And what you need to know, there's your Pride planner just to start you off right there. Leftover shower possible by 3-4 o'clock. And then we'll stay mostly cloudy and comfortable through the rest of the evening hours. So the showers for your Saturday are mostly going to be during the morning hours. Temperatures today right around 80 degrees and very comfortable. It's been an absolutely beautiful Friday. Low 80s for all three area airports, and with less wind from yesterday, but still that dry, comfortable feeling. It's a nice night out there. Right now, 82 in D.C., 77 in Waldorf, 78 in Fairfax, 79 in Germantown, and 78 in Columbia. I've had a few clouds pop up this afternoon, and there's some higher level clouds moving in from the west. That's out ahead of the batch of showers that'll be in by tomorrow morning. So low pressure just to our south will bring some rain around. I would say metro mid-morning to mid-afternoon will clear into your Saturday night. Sunday is warmer and we'll have some times that are brighter, but also watch for a pop-up thunderstorm in the afternoon. Some of those storms could be briefly strong. We'll have to watch that closely. High of 86 on Sunday. That's the weekend. Hot week ahead as we look at what will be our last days of spring officially. All of that 7 days still to come. Rob, back over to you.
All right, Caitlin, thank you. Well, reaction is pouring in today after the House Select Committee investigating the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol held its first public hearing. That hearing took place in prime time last night. Committee Chairman Benny Thompson said former President Donald Trump was responsible for the attack because in the months leading up to January 6th, he falsely told his supporters that the 2020 election was stolen from him. President Joe Biden weighed in during his trip to the West Coast.
It's important to the American people to understand what truly happened and to understand that the same forces that led January 6th remain at work today.
Well, many Republicans said today is the time to turn the page. Ohio Congressman Jim Jordan, who was issued a subpoena and was expected to testify but is pushing back, called the hearing partisan and said the American people have other issues on their minds.
One person who was not in the White House on January 6, 2021 was then former counselor to the president, Kellyanne Conway. She was, however, one of the closest people to Donald Trump to speak out against the violence. And tonight in a Fox 5 exclusive, our Jim Loke goes one-on-one with Kellyanne Conway about what went down that day. Part 2 of that interview airs tonight at 11:30 on the Final Five.
Washington Commanders defensive coordinator Jack Del Rio will be fined $100,000 over his comments on the January 6th attack. On Wednesday, Del Rio initially called the Capitol riot, quote, a dust-up and compared the attacks to the protests in the wake of the George Floyd murder. He has since apologized, and according to Washington Commanders head coach Ron Rivera, the money that Del Rio will be fined will be donated to the U.S. Capitol Police Memorial Fund. And that brings us to our Instapoll question. Is $100,000 against Jack Del Rio enough? Well, so far, 62% of you feel like he shouldn't have been fined at all, while just 5% of you agree that was the case. Now, if you want to go ahead and cast your vote on our Instapoll question, you can do so on our website at fox5dc.com or on the Fox 5 News app.
Inflation data released today, and Rob, it's not good.
It is not good.
It's actually historically bad.
Yeah. We're going to tell you how the Biden administration is planning to bring prices back down. And speaking back down, right here on Earth, astronauts back on Earth and in the classroom. We're going to tell you where they visited a local school.